All right, happy Wednesday, everybody. We got a lot of stuff to get to tonight. We are going to talk about fan behavior and what colleges need to do more of, which is what happened at Texas Tech last night. We got that basketball to look at. Micah Hudson, the greatest receiver never to step foot on the field at Texas Tech. Going to have to wait a little while. David Collier reporting he's got knee surgery, cleaning up some issues from when he was in high school. Maybe you saw the pics from last night at the basketball game. All of that, and I don't know what else we got. You know, pray for the panhandle. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that hard. All right, so let's get it going, shall we? I think we shall. And we got a lot of. We're working on different things here to try to make sure we get everybody's comments in. So I think we're good on everybody, but maybe the Twitter people, and we're going to get the Twitter people figured out. Thanks to United Supermarkets. In three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com. You start your day every day there with our question of the day. You fire away your comments. You check out the Raiderland hot links, cool stuff we see that we think you'll like. And all you got to do, if you see cool stuff that you think other folks in Raiderland are going to like, you post it in the comments section. Share it with everybody else. So we're going to look back on last night's game against Texas. Yes, the fan behavior. Yes, the fan being hauled out. Yes, the going to the mic for McGass. All of that. And it's real simple, the equation that makes all this work. It's really, really simple how this works and what we got to do on that front. See, I'm trying to work a monitor here. Hold on. Hold on here. Now, I don't want that. What I do is want your ability to comment on that, maybe on Twitter. All right. So, hey, welcome to it. So, where do we want to start tonight? Well, we are starting tonight brought to you by Boot City, one money saving mile outside the West Loop on 19th Street. The spring fashions, if we will, are coming in. The shirts, everything about that. You need new britches. You can go out there and get them at Boot City. And they've got a lot of great, great selection of boots. Anderson Bean, you name it. Any type of boot you want. Oh, and they do hats too. You want hats? They'll make that happen. So we got that going on tonight. Now, fire away. I'm going to give you my thoughts. Not necessarily on the game initially. We'll get to the game if you want to. But we did a deal earlier this week about on theraiderland.com 60 seconds of Raiderland commentary about fan behavior and storming the court and how you can stop this if you want to. And last night, when things in the second half got heated and Brock Cunningham went Brock Cunningham, and you saw the Tech kid, fan, whatever, he's not a kid. I reckon he's an adult getting hauled out. We need more of that, not less. That if we really want to get a handle on fan behavior, I think we can all agree that we need to get a handle on fan behavior. That all you got to do is throw more people out and you won't have to throw people out. All it takes is a draconian show of force. All it takes is a couple of idiots seeing what happens to, as Chris says on the comment line, the idiot. All you got to see is a guy being hauled out by 6 security people and law officers, LEOs, screaming and acting like just a stark raving idiot. I see a comment on Twitter. I think I'm seeing that. I was embarrassed, says 92 Raider. All you got to do is see that and go, we can put a stop to this. Do more of what they did last night. Make a show of hauling the idiots out. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. It's simple. It's not that hard to do. But do it like they did last night. Obviously, this kid, and I'm going to keep saying kid because when you're my age, I get to call everybody under the age of about 35 kid. When you see this kid, you're going, oh man, you obviously never paid attention to Ron White. You know, you just never did. With the great line about how I didn't know how many it was going to take to throw me out, talking about a club, but I knew how many they were going to use. That's handy information. And last night, that guy, that kid, that dude didn't get it. Now, I'm afraid that there will be some that will celebrate him because it was against Texas and everything that was else going on. But last night, tater salad, thank you very much. Satellites are hooking up, back sprinting. Are you Ron? Tater salad? You caught me. You got the tater. So last night, maybe not the best example, but we've been dealing with this for years. You can stop it. You can stop the fan behavior by being draconian. Draconian. That's DRACA on it. Draconian. Do what they did. Make a big show of it. Now we come to find out last night, and indeed the talking box is on, that one of the officers, one of the security, Tony Bradford, the mayor, and he was being carried out. This guy's being carried out. F-U-T. Oh, come on. We can stop this. Hopefully he gets, I don't know, it'll be a felony. I don't think it'll be a felony, but yeah. But I'm worried that some people will celebrate that. We can end this right now. And I'm going to say it again. We can end the court storming with, I disagree with the court storming. Have for 25, 30 years. Not just old guy me, young guy me, which, different people at times on the Williams Night Show, are like, yeah, here's whatever. No, you don't have the right to go on the court. You don't have the right to go on the field. You didn't do it. You didn't create it. You're a fan. Part of this has to do with the schools and the teams that tell you you're a part of the game. You do this, you're that, you're a fan, you're the 12th man. I get that. But we've created this thing. It's got to stop. It's got to stop now. People are going to get hurt. People are getting hurt. And it's just stupid. So all it takes is just a brief draconian moment like what we saw last night to end this. The so-called Tech fans that were throwing crap on the floor, why? They got the call right. Brock Cunningham had a flagrant 2. He got ejected. Why were you throwing crap on the floor? You should be celebrating. But no, you're too infantile. You're too stupid. And you're going to throw crap on the floor. And hopefully you were pointed out by the people in the stands and you got thrown out. I got no use for you. I have no use for that. What exactly did he do? Chris asked. I don't know what he did, but he resisted arrest. And that's all I need to know at a certain point. That's a good point by Chris right there. Talking about, I assume, the guy that they were carrying out. What did he do? All I know is that they identified him and said, you need to come with us. And at that moment, he has a choice to make. We all have a choice to make. I can go with the people with guns and badges, or I can resist the people with guns and badges or badgers. If they have badgers, run like hell. So I really don't give a flying fuck, a rolling donut what he did up to that point. I'm sure it was enough that everybody around him were like, yeah, haul his ass out. But let's take it to that point and say that he done nothing, that they just out of thin air just said, we're going to haul this guy out. You can make a choice then as a rational, intelligent human being to say, all right, hey, let's go do this and go there. The dogs agree. The dogs always agree. The dogs abide. If you're not good enough to play on the floor, you shouldn't be on the floor. I'm going to use that. I'm going to steal it. Also, if the schools would quit promoting and celebrating the court storms on social media, that would help. Bingo. On one hand, they tell you and they celebrate it. On the other hand, then they go, oh, we got fined $100,000. We got to stop this. You can stop it. It's not hard to do. So there's my point, whether you like it or not. I really don't give a damn if you do or not. Now here's some, but yeah. So you can get your comments on Twitter. I think I'm seeing on my monitor over here, thanks to United Supermarkets. You can do this. Have we heard anything from Lil? I don't know what Lil is. The bottles, cans tossed in the court, just awful. Yeah, I agree with that. 100%. Lil. Todd, I don't know what Lil is. So help me out on that. So there you go. My thoughts, draconian. You can end it. You can do it. We don't have to put up with it, and we shouldn't. That's the end of that. Now we can talk about the game if you want to. The game was over before the get-go. It was ugly early, then it got uglier, then it got really ugly, then it got a little better. It got ugly, then it got a little better, then it got ugly, ugly, ugly. And the bottom line is this team is skating shorthanded without Washington. This team is injured, beat up, and that's what you're going to get. You saw it at UCF. You saw it last night. Until they get Washington back, this team has to hold on to whatever seed they can get. Kiss the 5-4 line goodbye right now. Right now, you're trying to hold on to a 6, 7. I've always said, don't be a 8, 9. You're better off being a 10 or a 12. And that's where you would be if you're like a crap Power 5 conference team. The last ones in are the 12s, sometimes 13. You're better off being a 12, 5, catching that healthy than you are if you are dealing with injuries and playing it the other way. So that's who you are last night. This team's just, you're not really, you're borderline good right now, but Washington plays such a huge role. 32-26 in the paint. They didn't have to work last night. They didn't have to work. What's going on with Pops? Is it the D against him? He's just not shooting well. Talking about Pop Isaacs. There are those who would say that he's also banged up, hurt, some sort of dealing with an injury. Okay, we'll factor that in. Either way, he's not shooting good. He is figuring out ways to get to the line. I'll give him credit for that. But don't take threes. Is there a chance this team plays itself out of the tournament, says Chris? I don't think so. No, you're pretty much in the Big 12 factored in right now. I mean, you would have to go over, and I don't think they will. You're still going to be in. James, I would take a 12 and get hot at the right time. Talking about a 12 seed. Yeah, we got that. Double checking here. Just if do me a favor, those of you watching on Twitter right now, just send us a message and say, hey, I'm watching on Twitter. I'm watching on Twitter. I'm enjoying the show on Twitter, because we are using a multi-streaming platform, trying to coalesce all the comments into one place that we can see everything. Facebook, YouTube. If you're on YouTube, let us know you're on YouTube. All that good stuff. But let me know particularly on Twitter, because I think we're good on Facebook. I think we're good on YouTube right now on the comments coming in. But I'm still trying to figure out if I've got to use a multiple monitor system, which means I got to look over here, do this, everything else. So if you're on Twitter, hit us up with the comments right now. Anything, we'd appreciate it. And that would be really, really handy. All right, Damon says the talking box is on Twitter. Okay, that's good, because I'm seeing that here. I'm seeing that here. We got a few more people, just a couple of more people. If you're on Twitter right now, I don't care whether you like the show or what. Just say, hey, yeah, I'm on Twitter. I'm watching right now. Yes, he is. Chris Lamar is still here. Doing this. Sorry, got to go over here. Because if we can ascertain that all the comments are flowing into this one central hub, it will make my life much easier. In your life, much easier, and the show much better. And that's good for Boot City, 1 money saved mile outside the West Loop, 19th Street. If I could right now show you the boots I'm wearing, you go, wow, he's worn them a long time. But then you would go, I want some of those from Boot City. You would. You really would. The Micah. Can we talk about Micah Hudson for a little bit before we get out of here tonight? Can we expand the conversation? We all agree, anybody who runs in the court, shoot them. Not to kill them, but as Gus said, I ain't going to kill you. I'll darn sure wound you. We can all agree on that. basketball, until Washington is healthy, it's going to be a slog. We can all agree on that. Meanwhile, at the Texas Tech football front, no Micah Hudson for spring football. He's apparently getting a knee injury cleaned up from high school. There were pictures of him last night at the game wearing a brace. Looks like he's had surgery. David Collier, KMAC 28, Red Raider Nation. A taser would be effective for everyday life. I'm not worried or concerned at this point about Hudson not being a part of spring. I think it's enough that he is there, that he is learning the offense, learning what needs to happen. He is a elite level athlete. You get that cleaned up. He doesn't really need to be out there. That said, you'd rather have him out there. By the way, everybody watching right now, Twitter, YouTube. How many more people we got on YouTube? I think we're getting more people on YouTube. That'd be good. Everybody who's watching right now, and I know how many we got, I want you to check in, whether you've commented or not, and just say, hey, I'm watching on YouTube, I'm watching on Twitter, I'm watching on Facebook. And I can see kind of how many eyeballs, different places we got. You don't have to say anything or anything. Just I'm really kind of curious on where we are on this stuff. And then I want you guys to share it and say, hey, we're talking tech sports every night for the most part. We're having a good time. When we'll get an injury report in college sports? Very soon, I think, with what we're seeing with the SEC, Big Ten, that's moving towards a more professional model. The professional model for the injury report is to eliminate gambling advantages, because without it, that's why the NFL does it. It's not for you. It's not for the fan. It's to eliminate the gambler having the ability to call up the trainer and go, who worked out today? Oh, nothing. Okay. No, he worked out. He didn't work out. Okay. I'll send you $1,000. Thanks. If you wanted to game and gamble in college sports, that's how you do it. You find out the injuries. Well, how do you do that? You pay people off at the programs to give you injury information. I think we're about a year or two away from conference levels doing an NFL style report. It's time for the Jimmy the Greeks of the world. Jimmy the Greeks unite. Other than the whole hamstring thing. God bless you, Jimmy. What were you thinking? All right, so that's good. We're seeing that over here. I got another monitor over here. I got you guys over here. We got basketball to talk about. We got football to talk about. Mike Hudson. Is anybody actually concerned about the Hudson deal? If you are, allow me to allay your fears, but I don't think you should be. And I hat tip and credit David Collier for getting that. That was his fun last night. Do you see 232 team league model for football like Swaim has mentioned? First off, I want to talk about Swaim, and I hope he's doing well health-wise. I know he's battling some stuff. The most logical thing would be 232. I can see it being broken up, and actually I see it now just going into 164, that there will be one umbrella instead of two competing, that the TV networks came to an agreement with the NFL years ago. They had the AFL, we had the NFL, and you had divergent networks televising that. Obviously, there was the merger, and then the network said, okay, we'll work together on this. I think you'll see that in college football over the next 5 to 10 years, and that it will be one entity, about 64 teams, give or take, and they'll split it up, and they'll do it just like the NFL. And here pretty soon, you will have players playing for your school that don't go to your school. They work for your school. And people are going to have to decide if you like that or not. I don't know. I don't care anymore myself, but you guys are going to have to decide when it comes down to people wearing your school uniform. Do you really care if they're going to school there or not, or they're just employees, that they're 18 to 24-year-old employees, that maybe they're going to school, maybe they're benefiting from whatever the school offers, and saying you can, learn this, learn that. It's like a technical trade or something. I don't know. That's up to you. If you don't want that, what I would say is then you're going to have to dial it back and say, I don't want tech to be a part of, and I'm using Texas Tech here specifically, that I don't want to be a part of that. And then you say, okay, let's go non-scholarship. Let's divest from all of this stuff and we pull ourselves out of it. That's how you do it. I don't, and it's up to you. If you like that, I got nothing against you, one way or the other. I get it. I understand it. But anymore, there's going to be no in between. Once it goes professional, and it's been pro for a long time, but once it goes full professional, then you're going to have to make a choice on your schools. So are we good? We can kick people out now. I like to try to round all the way back to where we started in case there were people coming in. I want to throw more people out of sporting events. I want more police presence. I want more people getting kicked out like that guy last night at Texas Tech. I want more fans being thrown out and realizing that you are not immune to normal, everyday law just because you're at a sporting event. That people think they can say anything, do anything, act anyway. I'm a fan. They told me I'm a fan. I put on my stuff, got my hair. I've been out camping for 3 days. I've lived on nothing but Fireball and kolaches. I can do anything I want. We got to get rid of that. Gone are the days of the student athlete, says Paul. Paul, that's been gone for 50 years, if it ever really existed. And there's a lot of people that don't want to hear that. That your favorite heroes from the 50s and 60s and 70s were taking $100 handshakes. We're doing all this stuff. A lot of people don't want to know that. And I get it. See, we throw more people out. We get more draconian. I have no use for the people who say we can't stop X. We can't stop anything. We can't do it. You can if you are draconian about it. And if you don't know what draconian is, look it up. I can put a stop to any behavior if I'm committed to stopping the behavior in a manner, in a function that will stop it. And what you saw last night, I hope last night every Tech student saw that and said, that could be me. As opposed to, I want that to be me. Oh, that was so cool. And there's probably some that are like, yeah, I want to be the next. Yeah, that was great. Hey, carry me out. But I hope that some of them will look at it and go, I really don't want that to happen to me. So does this mean no more tortillas being sold onto the field at football games? If I could end that, I would end it in a heartbeat. And I've said we could at this point end it if you want to be draconian. Now, when we say draconian, on that one, we have to do a punishment of the masses to get the masses to turn on the individuals and say, you do that, we'll penalize the team, we'll hurt the team. By the way, here you go. Greg McCaslin, nice job last night getting on the mic. Not bad, not bad. Not Bob Knight level. No, not Billy Tubbs level. Pretty good. You could tell he was uncomfortable doing it. I mean, he's a first-year head coach. He's getting his ass kicked. And he's asking nicely. He was like the dad of about an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old that are running around crazy. And he's like, hey kids, I love you. And we got to go to bed. Got to do this. The next time it's going to be like the parent of like a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old. I'm going to kick your ass if you don't get to bed. If you don't stop doing it, I'm going to kick. Now, all you need to do is re-rack Bob Knight going to the microphone at Tech and Indiana, either one. And I don't care how bad these officials are. I don't want you, but I give him credit for going to the microphone. So could we stop tortillas being thrown? Damon, we can stop anything we want to stop. What are you willing to do to stop it? I'm willing to go all the way. Every day, all the way. Got our student athletes. We got that. There we go. All right, last chance. Pray for the people in the panhandle. I don't think we need to delve into that too much, other than you guys know what's going on. They're going to need basics, essentials, but at a certain point, fairly soon, they're going to need money. That's what they needed in Matador. That's what they needed up there with the Panhandle tornado. They need money. So be prepared to give money. Money buys stuff, the things they need. And hopefully, we got a wind shift. We got this weather coming in tonight. And desperately here on the South Plains, we need moisture. We need it. We need it bad. I would absolutely trade any drop we can get, send it up there to the panhandle, and we can go dry for another week or two. That's fine. Give everything we got coming to us, Lord, and send it up there. But if you got time, if you got a moment, say a prayer. If you can, identify, vet it out yourself, a group that you believe would be worth sending money to or working with people up there. Be smart about it, but that's what they're going to need. They're going to need money. They're going to need a lot of it. All right. Damon, I love to see him go full Bob Knight. That's not in his nature, talking about Grant McCasland. That's where he'd have to have an assistant coach or somebody else. Somebody like me. I could have gone full Bob Knight last night. I was more disappointed in the fans than the team. I knew the team was going to have a tough time. I knew the team was going to struggle. I was more disappointed in the fans. I don't know why I am anymore. I guess I shouldn't be. That's just the way they are. All right, we got to end the stream. And by that, I mean that's what it says up here. You got to end the stream. If you like what we do a couple of things. Share it, put it on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, everything else. If you enjoy what we do, please let our sponsors know. Hit them up on Facebook or social media, and then get ready to go tomorrow. All right. Now I'm going to hit this thing. We're going to stop it. And then I'm going to put this up on our page, on our website, theraiderland.com. And there's another way you can go and share that to people and make it happen. All right. You guys are pretty good tonight. Appreciate it.